So when you say range time, what is a range time? Because we have been mentioning it since we started this section. Okay, the range time, like we said earlier, is the amount of time that you physically spend on executing the job or the maintenance task. That is the time you use to perform the actual work. That is the range time. So what does it include? The range time include the time spent in performing manual maintenance work, the actual work. So what does the range time not include? The range time does not include the time you spend in going to get your tools and materials to site, your spare parts, okay? The time you spend from the office to get to the workshop or to the store to get the spare parts, the materials, and what have you. The time you use to transport all of those to site, all of those are not included in your range time. Then the time that it will take for you to travel to your job site or the location of that particular asset or equipment, okay, those ones are not also included in your range time. Then remember, for you to actually appreciate properly what is wrong with that equipment, you need to review your maintenance log and history, okay, so as to see if that task had been performed before. If it has been performed before, of course, what was done. If the problem that you are now experiencing has happened before, if they are similar, what was done, the resources that were deployed, the amount of time it took, all of this will give you an idea, the actual time spent in executing that job. Okay, so you have an idea as regard all of those from reviewing those logs and maintenance history. So the range time does not include that time that you will spend, okay, trying to understand the maintenance log or trying to even understand the P&ID or electrical diagrams if it is electrical job, okay. All of those times, they are not included in the range time. Then, like we said earlier, you may come across something that you need to take care of urgently while executing your main task, okay. That will mean that you need to plan for such job on site there. What needs to be done, what are the various tasks that will be involved, materials that will be involved, all of those, you plan them on site there, and how you can bring those materials to site and the resources that you need, okay, to successfully execute that additional task that was not planned for. So all of these, they are not included in the range time, okay. So we need to understand all of this also. And then finally, remember, before you carry out the maintenance task, operations, they need to shut down that equipment. Now you have collected your necessary permits. You have informed the operations. Operations will need to shut down the equipment. That will take some time. Then the equipment will also take some time to coast down and to cool down. So all of these times, they are not factored in or they are not included in the range time. It will also take some time after executing the job during pre-commissioning to test what you have done, to bring the equipment online to actually test what was done. So all those time, power down and the time it will take to power down and to power up the equipment, they are not always included in the range time. So experienced planners and estimators, they know all of this, okay, and try as much as possible to factor in all of these times into the time it will take to execute that particular maintenance task. So we do not want to make the mistake of considering only the time that it will take to physically carry out or execute the maintenance task only in estimating the amount of time it will take to execute our job. So that's a common mistake that most of us do, and at the end we will end up overshooting our time estimates and our budget, and it will appear to operations that we actually in maintenance do not know what we are doing.